Cameroon, you see the side of Yaoundé, the eastern part of Cameroon. All those parts was not a country. They were just villages. Yaoundé did not exist. The small part that you see under the west, that will include the Bakwere land, part of Bangwa land, go up to Biafra, used to be a country around River Wuri that ruled you Camaros. That is where that name came from. That name did not apply to Bamenda. That name did not apply to Douala or to Yaoundé. So that particular place they call Rio du Camaros was just that small coastal area. It becomes now Cameroon. If you look at all that map, what do you see? They are projecting the map of the current Cameroon, how it evolved. This history is lie. It is based on lies, complete lies. In Cameroon history, they will mention that the German colonized Cameroon, flag in Cameroon, Rio de Camaros. And that Cameroon they are talking about, if the Cameroon government was serious and honest, like Professor Victor Julius is talking about, they will show you that Cameroon was colonized by German, and they will show you the real map of Cameroon as it started. Cameroon history did not start in 1901. Cameroon map did not start in 1901. It started with the colonization of German. And I'm going to show you the picture. This is a small area down there. It was made up of 12 different kingdoms that the Germans convinced their kings to sign a protectorate treaty that could justify them hoisting their flag. You have the King of Aqua, King Bell. King Bell, you have the King of Aqua. This is the German territory. This is German Cameroon, 1984. This is where they hoist their flag. These are the villages that came together. You also had Bakwere. The name of the 12 village, you have Batanga, you have the Sawa people, you have Bakwere, you have Bakosi, you have Isobu, that is the Bimbie. So these are the group of tribes. You have kingdoms that made German Cameroon. The German Cameroon started to expand by conquest, by war, fighting and conquering other territories and adding them by force to their country. And they expanded and expanded till what you have. When they were expanding, they came to Mankon and they fought. The Mankon people fought because they did not want the Germans. They came to Bafut. The people of Bafut fought them. You had the Bamun tribes. You had the Bamun tribes and some other tribes who were dealing with slaves. They were doing slave trade already with the coastal region. But they were not part of the German Cameroon. But when the German installed themselves in the shore, they start to go into the hinterland and conquering these territories. Some of them surrendered before they could fight them. And they came to taking labor, forced labor, taking them back to the coastal area to work in their plantation. That small territory, it expanded. It expanded to this map. Because they don't want you to see this map. It does not look like Cameroon map. And this map has a flag. So this is the German Cameroon. And it has a flag. So this is a country that used to exist. It is not La République. The history of La République as a state, as an international entity, started in 1919 after the First World War. The map of 1919, they show you that Cameroon is attached with Ambazonia. That is a complete lies. And these diagrams are all found in the book of Professor Julius Nee. In 1919, let me show you the map, official map of Nigeria. You can see the official map of Nigeria in 1919. That the part that is being shown in the Cameroon map, in the Cameroon history book, that is being printed by Professor Julius, is actually in Nigeria. That in 1919, Ambazonia was part of Nigeria, was attached to Nigeria, was not a part of Cameroon. So the Cameroon history being taught is not based on the type of evidence that Professor Julius Nee was saying, that for you to be a historian, you must not be biased. All your analysis and position must be based on verified facts. So how will he put a map that is not in the history book? Where did Professor Julius Nee get that his own map? That his own map is not, where did he get that map? In the United Nations? No. The United Nations or the League of Nations Archive who put Ambazonia in 1919 together with Nigeria. And the whole construct of this lie about this Cameroon map is to show you that Cameroon and Ambazonia is one. That somehow the German, they come and in the history they say that the German Cameroon was defeated, and in the Treaty of Versailles, Cameroon was divided into two. They give one part to Britain and give one part to France so that they could govern them and then bring them back at the end. No, we had separate territory with Nigeria, with Cameroon. That territory, the German Cameroon, as I've put to you up the German Cameroon map. So this is the map. Part of it was captured by the Belgium, another part was captured by England, another part was captured by France. France attached part of it with Central Africa and because of the tribes, and then controlled the middle part. It was never divided into two. The notion of two is something that can be bind. They want you to have it in your mind that it can be bind. So it was divided into 5, not into 2. And I want to show you that it wasn't only divided, but the borders were demarcated. Minor Simon Treaty. This is a treaty between the British government and the French government, demarcating the border between the two sides that were separated between the two states that had borders with each other. So these are the documents that demarcated that border. Is two separate countries. So the whole idea that those professors are saying that we were all one, or we were one, it was just they gave one to British to control, give one to France to control. No, they did not give anything to France. France captured their territory, British captured their territory. But because of the war order that was set in the United Nations, the whole notion of colonialism was banned. So they had to classify it as a trusteeship territory under the supervision of the United Nations. Not that the United Nations owned the land or took the land and was giving it to France and England to manage it. No. England and France possessed that land. They were just classified under this treaty for it to be governed until it attains her independence. So the story that Cameroon and Ambazonia were one, have ever been one, is a complete lie. And these are the list. You had over 9,000 troops that fought for the country. And you had almost 900 British people who were killed. The Germans killed, out of the 9,000 troops that were assembled, the British brought troops from India and Nigeria to fight the German Cameroon. The French brought troops from, as you can see in that diagram, Equatorial Africa. And then you had the Belgians who brought troops from Congo. You can see the numbers of troops that they contributed. Amongst the 9,000 troops that went in to fight the German Cameroon, 5,000 of them were killed. 900 of them British people, over 600 of them were French people, and over, I think, 300 or something of them were Belgian people. So these were huge international incidents, not something that they want to just ignore it and just classify it, minimize it for the sake of their narrative. So you must know your history. When they come and they say that we were one, we were never one. We were part of one country called the German Cameroon. That country is not La République as the one that image to stick in the mind of people to portray it as though that German Cameroon was La République. No. The German Cameroon, as you have seen, was dissolved. It was destroyed. It was captured as spoils of war, and everybody take your own part.